Welcome back to Aiki Insights and to the leverage episodes. Thank you to Stuart for Uke again. Always appreciated. We're going to explore a little bit of leverage through the jaw. So same thing. So if we start and we just hold on each to the end of the jaw, so with both hands. From here, it becomes very difficult in this position with both our hands here to overcome or use leverage to beat the posture of another person. So if we just try and off balance each other now, you can see it's just really a tug of war. The minute, now that's not to say that two hands close together is useless, because if I had his balance, just put yourself in an off balance position. Just come this way a little bit. If I had his balance, for example, imagine so now his nose is beyond his toes. Normally we talk about nose and toes in line gives us balance. Nose beyond our toes takes our balance, right? So imagine I've taken his balance. Now this gives me great ability to power him into a throw easily, right? So it has a purpose, but in terms of trying to get leverage in order to off balance, it has no purpose. What I will need to do is change the fulcrum point. So I move up to here. Now I have all of this movement motion. He has how much? That much. So my ability to move him now is easy because I've changed the fulcrum to my advantage. If I do the same thing and I move my body like we've spoken about in other episodes, I slide in, I change my angle, then straight away his posture's changed. Now I can change it without using much strength at all, because the fulcrum has changed. So from here, if I try and do the same thing, nothing happens, right? But the minute I change the fulcrum point, my force now directs more acutely into that point. So there's the one point here. Then if I add my angle, my body angles more. Now I just keep this and rotate around this point, and I can easily bring him up. Very easily. Okay. Or I can bring him down from here. 1, 2, then around and throw. So as much as bringing him up, I can bring his nose over his toes, then I can bring him into this position with my both hips. Okay, so to recap, once I change the fulcrum point, if I come to here, it's even easier, but it's more dangerous because he's closer to me and this is empty, right? So I need to take the best of a bad situation and move it into my advantage. That's plenty that I need. About halfway, or a touch beyond even can help. You can float between. Watch the difference where my hand moves from maneuvering, controlling, and then throwing. So here, maneuvering, throw. Now it's here. It was there, started here, went to there, then finished here. Because I needed more power, so I brought it back to throw. In the beginning, I needed maneuverability. Same thing if I am to throw him without bringing him up, but just keeping him down. Move from here, 1, and then change his balance. Then, around. Okay. Same thing happens if I want to bring him behind me. I can't do it like this. Probably snap the jaw. change my angle, bring it in. Now it's an easy just push and pull motion. I just dig, and then once I add my body weight to it, up. It's an easy throw because I've just levered from this point. But I can never lever from this point. You just smash. I must lever from a point of my advantage. His leverage advantage needs to be less than my leverage advantage. So now I have overcome his. Now it's an easy thing. 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2. This really does. The more I move the leverage point, the less effective it comes. So if I do this, nothing really happens. Moves in, but doesn't off balancing. I need to keep the leverage point pretty stable. So here, 1, 2. Same here, 1, 2. Okay, moving to that leverage point. So to recap, power closer together, leverage and maneuverability and control further away with greater distance than your opponents. And the Joe will be your friend. Anything to add? Okay. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed that episode. See you next time. Os.